is go ahead and shout it out there. I know we're just kicking this thing off, so it's going to take a minute to get everything up and running and everybody up and running. And for some reason, my volumes. Let me see what's going on with this sucker. That's on. How's that? Oh, yeah, that's a little bit better. I must have tweaked it or something. Must have done knocked it down a step. Hope everybody's having a great night out there. If you've tuned in, then you must have some idea how this game works. Once again, I've got, I think, what do we got? 3 or 4 new ones that I've worked on in the last few days. A couple of them I think are going to be pretty damn easy. I'll be surprised if you don't get them. But we're starting out with one that I think is going to stump some folks. And that's the one that's on the screen right now. Prime Time's in the house. Juan Cordero's here. Gentlemen, who do you think this is? Name the CAW, if you can. Welcome, everybody, right back here to the Nation Network. On deck, the very first CAW of the evening. Can you name them? Spin them again. Juan likes to keep on coming up with the Butcher. Are we talking about like Abdullah the Butcher? Because I won't be making Abdullah the Butcher in 2K18. You can't. Ivan Putski. That's actually a pretty damn good guess. Let's see if he's right. Judges say... Oh, no. It's not Ivan Putski. All right, let me zoom out a little bit. I mean, there was a day where Ivan Putski had a couple extra pounds on him. I mean, he wasn't always a muscle man. This may or may not help you. Trying to think what kind of clues I can give you. I want to be as vague as I can be on this one. Retro, what's happening, man? Name the CAW. Jim Duggan. Incorrect. It is not Jim Duggan. This individual has been managed by a weasel. He's been managed by a wizard. And he's been managed by a captain. Those are great clues, by the way. Who could it be? Managed by a wizard, a weasel, and a captain. He passed away in 1996. Superstar Billy Graham. is incorrect. Blackjack Mulligan is incorrect. Preston Bishop, welcome aboard. Is he Samoan? He is not Samoan. Another great guess. Don Morocco is incorrect. I might have you guys on this one. I'm going to be up 1-0, I think, in the first round. I'm going to give you guys like another 30 seconds. See if somebody can come up with the right answer. A couple of you are going to kick yourselves once you see this. I can't give you any other clues that I can think of. I mean, those are pretty solid clues. He was married. He was managed by a captain, a wizard, and a weasel. Not necessarily in that order, but I haven't had any time to look at Twitter lately, man. I'm only going to be doing this for about 30 minutes. I'm dead tired. Got about 4 hours sleep yesterday and plenty more fun to look forward to. We are, by the way, here at the studio in Central Florida under massive tornado warning. So if I suddenly cut the stream, it's been nice knowing yous. We have a winner. Ray the Crippler Stevens. Retro comes in. Pater's another good one. Ernie Ladd isn't going to work for that one. What else did we have here? Oh, prime time. You're in Florida too, buddy? Hey, what's up, partner? Watch out for any flying trees, cars, and whatever the hell else it can do. Ray the Crippler Stevens. Looks a little bit different once you put the hair on him. Wish I could get the cheeks to fall lower down, to fill out the jowly area better, but that's as much as it'll let you do. But again, considering there's no face scans or anything available now because the servers are done, I'm really happy with the way these things are turning out. Let's take a look at what we got going on here. Tires, thank you. Got him in a blue robe attire. I'm thinking I might do a little tweaking on this, but for the most part. And we got him with a red jacket. And that is Ray the Crippler Stevens. Just when I thought I had y'all, the friggin' Retro comes in and snatches one away from me. But that's all right. I got other tricks. We got the another stuff. All right, we're going to be back with another stuff. Let me cue it up. Then let you guys see what's happening, otherwise you'd be cheating.
The third switch.
Atomic batteries to power. Turbines to speed.
Really feel like this is going to be easy. Let's see. Maybe Name that CAW. Nah, prime time. I didn't say nothing about WCCW. Indeed. NWA, AWA, and WWF is correct. Oh, wow. They're pouring in quickly on this one. We've got... is that Tony Atlas? No. Juan Cordero going with the Warlord. No. Name that CAW. Oh, let's see. He's a former football coach. Baron von Raschke. Incorrect. Yeah, Preston, that's not much of a Baron von Raschke body now, is it? That'd be an interesting one to try and create, though. All the way around, for that matter. I think I could pull off the head and the face. But it'd be fun to try, that's for sure. I always thought that von Raschke really resembled a turtle without a shell. Dick the Bruiser? You gotta be kidding me. Good guess, but incorrect. Crusher. George the Animal Steel. You line him up, I'll knock him down. What did I say? Former football coach? Every freaking clue I got in my head would be a dead giveaway. Let's see. Well, much like Central Florida right now, he's from a windy city. If I give you the first off, if I give you those kind of clues, I might as well give you the answer. But what I'll tell you is this. He was highly successful in every promotion he wrestled in, and he wrestled in all the big ones. We have a winner! Now, what a rush! Indeed, it is the Road Warrior Animal. One half of the Legion of Doom. Unfortunately, you cannot put the letters and stack them one above the other because you only get 8 to work with, and there's no way you'll get that all in with 8. And I can't import, so I had to kind of improvise, and that's what I came up with. It works. Going back to the old days. The early days. The 80 days. Dog collars, leather jackets, and even chaps. This ain't your daddies or granddaddies. Legion of Doom. But it's not nice to mess with the Legion of Doom. So prime time, congratulations. You're the winner. That puts us at a 1-1 tie. Let's see what's on deck next, shall we?
Not the third switch. Atomic batteries to power. Turbines to speed. Ready to move
This is going to be one of those I'm going to be real surprised if you don't get it very quickly, but we'll see. All right. Name that CAW. I actually had an Adrian Street. I don't know if I had done it or downloaded it. I'm fairly confident I downloaded it from somebody else. I don't recall which year. My guess is it would have probably been in 17 when I was doing the LWF. That's just a faint memory, but I did have them for a brief period of time. Who are we looking at right here? Who can name that CAW? We got Preston coming in with the native of Tacula, Mexico, Tito Santana. Unfortunately, that's not who it is. Shaw, welcome aboard. Shaw says Kidman. Incorrect, but thank you for playing. Looks familiar, I should say so. Paul Roma. Get out of here with that. It is not Paul Roma. He's a second-generation wrestler. Wow, I thought you guys were going to knock this one out quick. He looks like Italian. He's a paisan. If Ivan Putski doesn't work, Scott Putski might. Heck no. 1, 2, 3. Everybody down. No. We're sorry about that, Shaw. Little Guido. No. By the way, I come from a predominantly Italian family, and I've never seen a relative with a nose like that. They're usually much larger. So here's my clue. He's not Italian, but he's a second-generation wrestler. Look deep and you'll find it. All right, I'm going to give you guys another 30 seconds. Somebody's going to have to be clutch. I can't believe this is the one I'm stumping you guys with. I thought this was the easiest one. Mike Von Erich. Incorrect. And it is a three-way tie because that time I won. I stumped y'all. Are you ready? I can hear the collective groans as soon as I do this. Ready? Set. How about now? Kill shots in the house. It is not a Von Erich. Damn, I was actually really happy with the way this one turned out. Nobody's figured out. Now, granted, you haven't seen him like this since 1981? Somewhere in the very early 80s. Second generation. Is that perfect, he says. Sort of. He's not perfect yet. He's just Kurt Hennig from the AWA. This is actually, I would say, Kurt Hennig when he was in the early 80s in the WWF. And then probably very early on in the AWA when his dad, Larry the Axe, was still a part-time wrestler there. So, Kurt Hennig is the correct answer. M-Hawk in the house. Welcome aboard, buddy. All right, I stumped y'all, so that makes it a three-way tie. We got Retro, Primetime, and Moi. And I'm not sure how many I got left. I think I've only got one or two left. Let me see, though. Let me dig into my bag of tricks here and see what we come up with. Oh, go away.
Not the third switch.
Atomic batteries to power. Turbines to speed.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Forgot about this one. Well, I'd say you should get this right away, too, but after the last one, I ain't saying that. CAW. Thank you, Retro. Well, that's the whole idea in this game, is to remove everything except the face and see if you can guess who he is. It's one of the things about when you make these things, the hair really does a lot because that's the frame of the person's face. The Mongolian Stomper. No! Leapin' Lanny Popo. No! The living legend, Bruno Sammartino. Not with that nose. Bruno's got a kaboscus on him. There is no way I'm stumping you guys with this guy. I cannot believe it. We have a winner. This is indeed AWA champion Nick Bockwinkel. What a difference the hair makes, though, right? Put the sideburns on there, put the hair on there, and all of a sudden, now I see it. Again, no face scans or anything. I'm really happy with the way this thing turned out. Take a look at the attires here. Only got one so far. I'll be working on another one eventually. Gonna put something across the back of the jacket. Just haven't had a chance to do that yet. But look at that face, man. That came out good. If I do say so myself. Dr. D, David Schultz. I may have made one a long time ago. I don't recall offhand. I do like David Schultz. He was a legitimate badass and scary dude. Thank you, M. Hawk. Well, that's the whole idea, Preston. I'll give you a couple of the most vague clues that I possibly can. And then the unveiling. All right, we've got one left, I think, in the tank. This is 2K18. Keep that in mind. I don't know if that's going to help you in any way, shape, or form, but that's what we're working off of.
The third switch.
Atomic batteries to power. Turbines to speed.
All right, for all the marbles. Once again, M. Hawk got that last one. I don't know if we gave you the rounding applause there, but there it is. And now, if you can, oops, I almost turned the page too soon. Name that CAW. I almost said name that tune. I have never had a Don Carnoodle, I've got to say that. And I really don't know enough about him. I know of him. I've never watched much of his work at all. But as I am binging the network right now, I'm at that point where I might just stop watching today's wrestling altogether, because between the WCCW and I just started, and this is stuff that I've seen in the past, but it's great to watch it again. The old NWA stuff, World Championship Wrestling. Just watched the earliest episode they have currently on the network, which was where they introduced Dusty's boot that he had to wear to protect his ankle after the Horseman had broke it. And just watching the whole segment on the boot and how they sold it, I was like, "This is what the hell, man? Why can't we do shit like this today with a doctor there talking about what it's designed to do and all that kind of stuff?" Magnum TA ended up kissing Baby Doll against her will and then accidentally tore her dress, and then Tully came out, and it looked amazing, this fight. They went at it. I mean, Magnum was laying them in, and David Crockett, the interviewer, standing there, and he's trying to pull them apart. You ain't going to see that shit anymore. So I think I'm just going to start watching the old stuff and give up altogether on today's product. Prime Time comes in with Sting! And he goes out the same. It is not Sting. I haven't done Georgia Championship, but I did do the UWF, Bill Watts, a couple of years back. Kind of similar. Jesse's in the house. Damn, you know what I wish I had? I wish I had Jesse's girl. Nah, that's all right. I ain't going to do that. I wouldn't do that to you. Yeah, but here's the thing. I didn't really... It's been so long since I've really watched this stuff that I didn't realize how bad today's stuff is. Now it's almost unwatchable. It's so bad comparatively. So if you enjoy watching today's product, then do not go back and watch World Class and the old NWA stuff on the network, because it will ruin you. Let's see. We got another guess on our last call. And by the way, if I stump you, that means I win. I'll take the 2-1 win. Incorrect. Preston Bishop says, "Is it Rick Martel?" It is not Rick Martel. Give him a little roundabout. I mean, in all honesty, this is going to be a little bit tough because you probably don't get to see his face that often. Is it Vince McMahon? It is not. We have a guess for Jesse the Body Ventura. Is it the White Rocky Johnson? Keep them coming. Keep them coming. I got you guys. I got you guys. Matt Bourne. Eric Bischoff. Prime Time picking up what I'm putting down. Now the $1 million question is, which is it? Aside from the clue that I just gave you, I've already given you a clue. Sid Vicious, Sid Justice, Psycho Sid. All incorrect. Preston, look at you, Mr. Olympia. The missing link. I would like to do a missing link. Technically, I could kind of fudge one a little bit, but I hate the idea of not having that little tuft of hair in the front, man. Mr. America! Let me tell you something, brother. Flash Funk is incorrect. Andrew Roberts. I'm just going to shoot you for the heck of it. Lord Humongous. Incorrect. He had a very short stint. In the home of extreme. Mass Superstar. Neil Mascaris. One king in the house. Vampiro. Not bad. Not bad. Super Destroyer. "30 seconds left. In 30 seconds, I will claim the throne." Ultimo Dragon. Oh, it's gotta be Kane. Psychosis. Bobby Eaton. Psychosis again. Hoovy. Freddy sneaking in. Incorrect. Soon as the song ends, I win. Let me do that again. Victory is mine. I can't believe it. Even though I won't say this is like the greatest facial CAW on its own, I felt like you guys already should have been looking for this. It's Road Warrior Hawk. How could I have Animal and not have Hawk? Now, come on, man. Like I said, once you put the hair on him, once you put the facial hair, the eyebrows, and the makeup, damn, there he is. Adrian Adonis, Pillman. Boy, you guys were just throwing them all out there. Mysterio. That's a great question. I think he was in there once they... Well, you know what? He might have been just before Shane made the proclamation. But either way, the initials are all the same. Of course, he says. All right, with that, now you guys have seen what I've been working on in my spare time, which I don't have a lot of right now. But little drips and drabs here. I worked for 10 minutes here, 15 minutes there, and When my insomnia kicks in at 2 in the morning like it did yesterday, I get up and I'll bang one of these out and then try and go back to sleep again. That's when I make Kurt Hennig. So basically the same attires as Animal. Has anybody noticed a theme going on today? I guess I can back out now because I don't have anything else you haven't already seen before. I was going to go, and I still might use this one. I have an alt attire of Mr. Perfect because I was going to use that for my Kurt Hennig in his younger day. This would be more when he had the AWA Championship run. But then I had already done... I didn't think about doing this till after I'd done the young version of him. And then I was like, well, geez, I could have saved all this time just by doing a tire. But again, this is good for the AWA late 80s, mid to late 80s. But I can't really call that a CAW because it's just a tire. Indeed, the theme is AWA. I've pretty much done all I really anticipate doing for the World Championship or World Class Championship Wrestling roster right now. Doesn't mean I won't pick up one or two more here and there, but for the most part, I mean, I've got plenty to run a season and a universe on. And that still left me a lot of open slots, and I am having a lot of fun building these things. And we had talked as a group in the past recently, because I had already brought in like Rick Martel and things like that, about the potential of making other promotions that would tie into WCCW. And with that in mind, I thought, you know what? I haven't done AWA in a while. And I'm pretty sure AWA was on my original save for this game before I accidentally, deleted it. So am I going to go crazy with AWA stuff? No, but I'll probably add another few here and there. I've already got a decent roster going for them with the in-game stuff like Cactus Jack, for example. Rick Martel, of course. We can put Harley Race in there. King Kong Bundy can double duty. Now we got Nick Bockwinkel and Ray the Crippler Stevens. And, of course, the game comes with Bobby Heenan as a manager. I may go around and make him a playable character. I think he can if you just say, you know, go for an attire change and then save it as an in-ring performer. So that's going to be the plan. We'll see how that all turns out. The Vachon brother. Boy, I'll tell you what, we can make a list of names. And again, what I love the most about making old school wrestlers is the movesets are relatively simple, but the costumes are generally simple. You know, black trunks, red stripe, knee pads, elbow, whatever. They're not all crazy and you know, like Will Ospreay. You're never going to make a Will Ospreay on this game without being able to import graphics. So things like the Vachon brothers would be doable. I still kind of want to see what I can do maybe with a missing link at some point in time. But even, see, here's my thing with the missing link. It doesn't have a really good moveset for the missing link. Missing Link needs to be able to, like, and I forget what year they had George the Animal Steel in the game. Why would they take out the ability to tear open a turnbuckle once you go and put it in? Because I could use something like that and make a missing link and make it feel like him. If he doesn't have the mannerisms or anything like that, then it kind of loses something. I haven't done a jumping Jim Brunzell yet. Doesn't mean I'm not going to. Ganya's easy. I could knock Ganya out in 15 minutes. Again, like a glass of milk, man. Plain as plain can be. Yeah, no, there is a headbutt, but it's like, you know, he would come off the top rope and he'd be holding the back of his head to, like, thrust it down with his own hand. And that's not in the game. So, yeah, you've got, like, a free fall headbutt that would work and things like that. But it's not quite. And you don't have the taunt where he grabs the back of his hair, you know, and starts going stupid crazy and stuff like that. So for me, that kind of hurts it a little bit, that even if I make it look pretty good, it isn't going to have the mannerisms for me. That doesn't mean I'm not going to do it. It's just one of the reasons why I'm kind of saying maybe later on. Yeah. And they have one hairstyle that's close, but then you don't have that little tuft of hair in the front, which is kind of like that rhino horn effect. I remember the first time I ever saw him was in the WWF, and I was like, this son of a bitch crazy. So, all right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and children of all ages, I want to thank you guys for playing. Unfortunately, you couldn't beat the host today, but that doesn't mean we should stop trying next time out. Maybe
Atomic batteries to power. Turbines to speed.
As soon as I got a few new... Oh, actually, you know what? I don't even have to wait for a few new ones. We can just drop in another game and do the same thing all over again. I've got 15, 16, 17 that all have 100 calls on them. So very soon, we'll do this again. Say, what happened to my music? Thank you guys for being here. Thank you for playing Name That CAW. And we'll come back and do it again real soon. Until then, stay safe, especially if you're in the Sunshine State. See ya!
You will never pin me. Now it's everybody's favorite time. Ah!